Good evening, everyone. I hope everyone is enjoying the weather that's going on outside right now. I know I am. So, I know we're normally used to wind down in a facial, but today we are doing wind down in a makeover. So, we're going to do some makeup. I was inspired by this clean makeup tutorial done by Mary Kay. Now, I'm out of my CC cream. The CC cream, of course, doesn't even act like a foundation. It acts like skincare, and it helps improve the skin. It's all types of wonderful and beautiful. But I do have my Matte 3D 160, and so we're going to substitute a few things out. So now my skin's already clean, so I already have on my antioxidant moisturizer. I already have on my daytime defender. Well, actually, let's say if you didn't want to do a whole bunch, like the antioxidant, the daytime defender. So I have my antioxidant on, and I have my sunscreen. I have my sunscreen on, okay? I, of course, put my, I forgot to bring it. I don't see it. Okay, so I also have on my eye cream, of course. And before we do that, we are going to put on some foundation primer. And what's great about this foundation primer is that it has SPF 15. I have extremely sensitive skin. And before, for some strange reason, I couldn't use products that were combined with sunscreen. I had to use it separately. I had to use that product. I had to put the sunscreen on first and then put on, like, whatever my moisturizer was or whatnot. Now, you saw something. I have combination oily skin. And what you notice is all of a sudden I have a very matte finish. That's one of the things the foundation primer does, okay? It gives you a matte finish, does not take the oil out, my people who love their oily skin like I do. It just gives it a nice matte finish. It smooths out your palette. It shrinks your pores. And awesome. And me, I use a brush. What's good about the CC cream is that you can use a brush or not use a brush. I just do it to keep my hands clean because in the morning, usually you're running about and, you want to get out the door quickly or depending on how much time you have, okay? So if you're able to, use a brush for nice, even, smooth strokes. Now, one of the tricks that I learned from years ago from modeling is, and also I've read it somewhere else, is, put your foundation on the back of your hand. And I think just it helps smooth it out. Now, I think mainly that was due to most of the foundations, especially for what I was doing, like modeling and certain things, was like a cake. It wasn't as liquidy as this, but this is my Matte 360. This is my base. And my skincare routine is going so wonderful that as far as having to use concealer, I really don't have to worry about it. I don't have a lot of dark circles around my eyes, but we may do after, we may do a puffy eye. So there's a little puffiness in here. And to do a comparison with the Instant Puffy Eye Reducer. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put on the foundation. Now the CC cream really matches people's skin tone. It blends in. It's just beautiful. So is the foundation. And you do not need a lot of this. Now my 360 matches my skin rather perfectly. Start with a very small layer. And the reason why I tell people to start with a small layer or a light layer is because, you want it to look nice, smooth, even. You want it to look like your skin. You don't need a lot of this. It's just to smooth out the palette. And let's say you didn't want to have to use concealer. You're pressed for time. So then you're going to dab, 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 okay? So we're dabbing, looking gorgeous. Look at that side. It's funny how, now I'm not smiling, but again, there's that lift on this side. That is crazy. Anyway, we're going to keep going. Small amounts. Now, for my people who have a lot of creases under their eyes, you definitely want to see how foundation is going to work. You may only want to do this part of your eye, depending on how well the match is. But if it's nice and smooth, you see I have a little crease, and it's not looking cakey or anything. So you want to just be very careful, okay? And then we're going here. And believe it or not, yes, I'm actually putting some on. Beautiful. A little goes a long way. We do not need a lot. And this is full coverage. I prefer full coverage. And I'm very particular how I put mine on. Other people might not put theirs on the way I do, but I'm just a little particular, and just see how wonderful that matches in. If you feel like you need some more, like another layer, go ahead and put it on. I just want to see how, I'm blending everything in here. Beautiful. Beautiful. I have some more on my hand, but again, you don't need a lot. A little goes a long way. And you see how putting it on with the brush, how nice and, smooth it is. I'm going to make sure we get all of our areas here. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Okay. So, back to our clean makeup tutorial. And next is blush. Now, I'm going to use Wineberry. And again, a little goes a long way. Just like a stroke of it, okay? Because we're doing a clean makeup tutorial. So you just want to look like you're blushing all the time. So just a little bit. So I put on very little. Just because I want it to look, just like a natural glow. Now my favorite to possibly use isn't Wineberry, but this Honey Glow, which is the highlighter. Sometimes that's one of the things that I would do, is just use a highlighter for blush to give me that nice healthy glow in the wintertime, and definitely in the summer. So there we are. We have our blush. Like we're barely blushing. Okay, so that's awesome. Now the next thing we're going to use is the Volumizing Brow Tint. And I need it's right here. Now the Volumizing Brow Tint, I'm going to use Bernat. As you can see, I barely have any. So we're going to be very careful. And I forgot one little tool that I'm going to need. So what we're going to do, and you may want to, so it doesn't come on or get gloppy. Like, so what I do is I just kind of, tap some of that. Now, what happened to me is, I did one of those. Well, I didn't do it. I had went to someone to have my eyebrows done, and she left the stuff on, and I thought my eyes were done, but they really weren't. You can see the difference between both sides, and so some of them got burnt off based on what she used. She did something to them, and then she put on this tint, and it kind of stung a little bit, and my eyebrows were affected by it. So I kind of hope they grow back, but you can see what this does if you have brows. So it's giving me a subtle definition. And now there's another trick. I'm going to show you how to get a really nice professional look with your eyebrows. And so many people are used to seeing me with delicate eyebrows. And I'm letting this dry in between. You see that? Look at that. Beautiful, right? I'm letting this dry. So I'm just kind of keeping with my pattern here. And the reason why I'm letting it dry is because, I really want it to fill in for the color. Okay, awesome. Look at that. And see how easy that is? Now there's something else that I do. And again, I'm going to let this continue to dry. Now Valentine's Day is coming up. So for my people who are like, oh, I don't believe in a lot of makeup, look how subtle this is. Your skin looks great. You're highlighting your natural features. And, sometimes just looking glowing is amazing. So I gotta fill in this back here some more. And again, I'm letting it dry in between. And I'm just going with my natural brow pattern right now. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to work with the other side. And the reason why I did brunette is because my eyebrows aren't very dark because they're extremely delicate. Now, when I put on the dark brunette, which is basically black, it fills in like even more. But I like to adjust it to how I like it. And plus, since I dye my hair, I just want them to come up more just to give more definition to the face. Now, one thing that I do, and I don't have my brush with me, but let's act like this was a brush. And I wanted to clean up my brows, make it more professional. Like that looks really good the way it is. But let's say I did like something wrong and I just wanted to, and I would just, so it gives it more definition. Okay. Now, normally I have like an angle brush that I use for that. See how that gives it more definition? And I would even do the same thing on top. So I'm going to do it over here just in case. And I'm not going to up my eyes. I'm just going to go with the natural pattern. Pulling down in between. And it just helps with a little definition. Ooh, I don't want to mess that up. And I did a really good job. So not too much defining to have to do, but gives it a nice professional clean look. Okay, that's only if you have time to do something like that. Now the next thing we're going to use is our mascara because we're doing a clean look. Now when I did this look before, I used no blush and I used just a little bit of color on my eyes. In the Mary Kay 60 palette, anniversary palette is great because you look at those colors and you think they're going to be like boom. And they're not. They're very subtle. So I'm going to now do the mascara. Now, again, I am a candidate for, I'm definitely a candidate for eyelashes. So right now I'm using the Ultimate Mascara. And of course I'm going to have to, see how, like I have none and now I have some. So can you imagine a person with some eyelashes with this? It'd be like amazing, right? Awesome. Look at that. Awesome. Just to give you a nice little definition on that side. Ooh. So now I'm going to go to this side because I like to let my mascara coats dry in between to prevent clumping. Another thing that I wear like is so for like thickening to kind of do a shimmy, or if you go straight up for lengthening. So I like to do both, honestly. Ooh, but I didn't get, now if you do that, you can always take your brush, if you do something that you use your foundation, and just go underneath it to fix any areas. Okay, so now we're going to go back over to this side. I do believe, just because my eyelashes are so short, I do multiple coats. If you have, just beautiful, perfect eyelashes, and you don't have to do multiple coats, awesome. Me, I have to just to kind of enhance them. And what I most likely start doing is wearing some falsies, just so you guys can really get the full effect of the mascara. But again, this whole look here and what makes this perfect is, again, enhancing what you're naturally given, what you've naturally been given. Okay? Not to have on falsies, not to have on anything. It's just like a nice clean look. Now, I dipped this back in, so what I'm going to do is go over this side again. Now, some people may want to not line, but use mascara on their bottom eyelashes, and some may want not to do that. So I'm going to show you one side with that and one side without. Okay, So we're going to do the left side. So you do not redip it because you don't want a lot. And again, mine are so tiny that we're just gonna, like, I feel it. Oh, and you can see the definition underneath. I even did that really great. See, look at that. So that's with, this is without. And you see how that kind of just really makes the eye pop over there? Ooh, that's how you mess up when you go to. So I'm going to show you a fix for that. I don't have here, but I have this. Just an easy fix. See how that happens? And what's nice is before it dries. So that's one thing about the clean makeup tutorial. You can do an easy fix there. And no tearing. When I say tearing, no tearing, no teardrops. So I am not going to stop just because that happened. And then we're going to, just so I can get some mascara off of here. We're going to go back to this side, just and then we're going to lightly do that side. Awesome. And then we're going to lightly do this side because we already saw what it looked like with and without. And if you have to blink, pull it away. That happens so fast on me. And I don't want to redip it because I don't want it to get... Okay, so both sides are done. Awesome. And the next thing we're going to use, and basically our look is finished. That wasn't even that long. Only reason why it took me long to do this is because, you know, I'm explaining each step. Now you can either do the Shea Balm. It is the Shea Butter Balm. And since this is my demo, I'm going to put some on a stick. And on my lips. Oh, look at that. Just beautiful lips. Just luscious. Or if you want, you can use a nude lip gloss and only thing I don't have is because of, you know, it's in the back. But you can also use, instead of the Shea Butter Balm, the Moisture Stick from Naturally Mary Kay, the Naturally Mary Kay line. You can use the Moisture Stick. And I am going to take this down. It's just my hair. And yeah, I have on makeup, believe it or not. I know it's hard to believe, but yeah, this is a nice, clean makeup look. So you can go out feeling your best and looking amazing. I like to do different things with my locks. So your natural beauty is enhanced for all my people who are all about that natural beauty. And you're just naturally blushing. Peace, love, and many blessings.